Okay, so you're getting ready for this branch manager interview.
Big day.
Huge.
Yeah.
And we are diving into these RoleCatcher resources that you sent over career guides, all those really, really intense interview questions.
It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, what are they really looking for?
Well, luckily, RoleCatcher gives us a really good roadmap, so we are going to unpack it all today.
I love it. Okay, so they paint this picture of a branch manager as almost like the captain of the ship.
Yeah, you've got that right.
Right.
They emphasize this balance. Headquarters is giving you the big picture goals, but you're adapting them to your local market, your team.
So you're translating strategy into what you're doing every single day.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're leading a team, and that's a big part of this role. You're managing, you're communicating, you're even handling some marketing efforts.
This is high-impact stuff.
It is high impact, and the interviewers know that they want to see that you've actually done this before and that you can handle it. So that's what makes these interview questions so important.
Okay, so let's just jump right in with one.
Let's do it.
Tell us about your experience managing a team.
Ooh, a classic.
Right.
A classic for a reason. This is like your leadership highlight reel.
Oh,
Okay.
love that.
So don't just say, oh, I managed 5 people.
Right.
You've got to bring it to life. Paint a picture for them. What were their roles? How did you delegate to them?
What did you do to motivate them?
Yes, exactly.
Because everyone's different.
Everyone is different.
Right.
You need to show that you can work with different personalities, different skill sets, so give those specific examples.
Okay, so specific examples are key. Like I'm thinking about that time that you had to rally your team to meet this crazy deadline. Share how you did that.
Yes, because challenge is actions and then the outcome.
Okay.
That is the magic formula.
So what were the roadblocks? How did you as a leader overcome them? And what did your leadership directly achieve?
Because they want to know what you bring to the table.
Totally. Okay, I love that one. Next up, how do you prioritize work and manage time?
The eternal struggle.
Right? Like we all struggle with that, but it's vital for this role.
Especially in this role, because you're not just managing your own time, you're managing a team. So you can't just say, oh, I'm organized. I make lists.
Right.
You need to get specific. Okay, talk about the systems that you use. Are you prioritizing things by urgency versus importance?
Ooh. Are you using any of those techniques like Pomodoro, the Eisenhower matrix?
I love those.
Right.
Those are great things to mention.
Because it shows you've thought about this.
Yes, you're being proactive.
Right.
And it shows that you're looking for ways to improve your own time management, but also don't forget you're managing a team's time as well.
That's right.
So delegation is huge in this.
Huge.
Show them that you can trust your team, you can allocate tasks effectively. That's next level time management.
Delegation check.
Check.
Okay, how about this one? How do you approach conflict resolution?
Ooh, a tricky one.
Well, conflict is unavoidable, right?
It is.
But it's how you approach it.
Exactly. And they are not looking for someone who's going to shy away from conflict. They're looking for a mediator.
Right.
Someone who's calm and collected under pressure. So highlight your process. Do you employ active listening? Are you communicating clearly with everyone involved?
And finding solutions that work for everyone.
Yes, not just playing the blame game.
Right.
It's about finding a solution that everyone can get behind. Did you ever have to mediate between team members?
Ooh.
That is a perfect example to bring up in an interview.
Yeah.
Because it shows you've got the skills to handle these tough situations.
Okay, I like it. Speaking of stories, this next one feels like it's asking for one.
Oh, tell me.
Describe a time you led a project from start to finish.
Like a mini movie.
It is.
You're the director.
And you're the director, right?
Choose a project that's relevant to this role, something that highlights those key branch manager skills we've been talking about.
Delegation, communication, problem solving.
The whole shebang, and make sure you talk about the outcome.
The outcome is key.
Yes.
Like, did you deliver on time and within budget?
Those quantifiable results.
Yeah, those numbers.
They love numbers because numbers don't lie.
They don't.
They show the impact that you made.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Now let's switch gears for a second, because RoleCatcher's career guide isn't just interview prep.
Right.
It's like the whole game plan.
It's like your career playbook. It is.
It is.
It maps out your career journey.
It maps out the career stages from starting as a branch assistant going all the way to a senior branch manager.
That's right.
I mean, talk about a journey.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. And it even talks about certifications that can help you along the way.
Okay.
Things like getting your PMP certification, your Six Sigma.
But even if you're just starting out.
Yes, especially if you're just starting out.
Okay.
Because it shows that you are thinking long term.
That you're proactive about your career.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it. Let's go back to the interview questions.
Okay, let's dive back in.
This one. What are your strategies for building positive client relationships?
Ah, yes, because this role is all about people skills.
Yes, it is.
You are the face of the branch, so you need to show that you can build rapport, create a positive experience for every customer that walks through the door.
So what are the things that make a great customer experience?
Well, think about communication.
Okay.
Are you giving that personalized attention? Are you a good listener?
Are you following up?
Yes, nobody wants to feel forgotten.
Right.
It's like relationship maintenance, but in a good way.
In a good way.
It shows them that you're invested.
That you care.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're going above and beyond just like the bare minimum.
Yes, you want to go the extra mile because that's what's going to set you apart from the competition.
Love it. Okay, so are you ready for a tougher question?
Hit me with it.
Okay. How do you handle underperforming employees?
The dreaded question.
Right.
But it's a necessary one because as a branch manager, you are responsible for your team's performance.
Okay.
So you can't just say, oh, time for a new employee.
You can't just get rid of them.
No, it's not about that. It's about showing that you can coach, that you can develop your team.
So how do you do that?
Well, first, you need to identify why are they underperforming? Is it a lack of skills, a lack of motivation, something else entirely?
Okay. And then once you know what it is...
Then you give clear and direct feedback.
But not just criticizing them.
No.
But more like constructive guidance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You frame it in a way that's helpful, like, hey, here's what's not working, here's how we can improve, and I'm here to support you.
Okay.
You can even create a concrete plan together. Maybe it's additional training, maybe it's mentorship, maybe it's just regular check-ins to make sure they're on track.
And documenting everything.
Always document everything.
Right.
CYA, as they say.
Yes.
It protects you, it protects the employee, and it shows that you were taking this seriously.
Okay, I like it. CYA, very important. Let's lighten the mood a little bit here.
Okay.
Let's talk about salary expectations.
Oh, the dreaded salary question.
Everyone's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
But RoleCatcher actually gives some good advice on this one.
They do.
So spill the tea.
All right, so the key here is preparation.
Right.
Before you even set foot in that interview, you need to do your homework.
So like salary sleuthing.
Yes, salary sleuthing.
Okay, I like it.
Go on websites like glassdoorsalary.com
Okay.
and research what the typical salary range is for a branch manager in your industry.
In your specific location.
Yes, because location can make a big difference.
Huge.
Don't forget to factor in your own experience, any specialized skills that you bring to the table. You don't want to undersell yourself.
Right.
So once you've done your research, you've got that range in mind. Communicate it with confidence.
Ooh, confidence.
Confidence is key. If they try to pin you down to a specific number, just reiterate that range that you're comfortable with.
Okay.
And emphasize that you're looking for a package that reflects the role and responsibilities.
I like that it's a negotiation.
It is a negotiation.
It's not like you just...
It's a two-way street.
Right.
Exactly.
You're feeling each other out.
You are.
It's like a dance, not a duel. Okay. I like it. Now, switching gears back to those everyday skills. How do you ensure compliance with regulations and policies?
Oh, the big compliance question.
This one sounds like a mouthful.
It does. It's a mouthful, but it's important because as a branch manager, you are responsible for making sure that your team is following all the rules, all the regulations.
Yeah.
They need to see that you take this seriously.
So how do you convey that in an interview?
Well, you can't just say, I'm a rule follower, I promise.
Right.
Talk about the systems, the processes that you have in place. How do you stay up to date on the latest regulations?
Because those things change all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Do you have a system for communicating those changes to your team?
Okay.
Do you conduct regular training? Do you do internal audits? These are all good things to mention.
So it shows that you're proactive.
Yes, you're
Right.
not just reacting when something goes wrong. You're thinking ahead.
You have a plan.
You've got a plan, and that's what they want to see.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now's a good time to bring up this whole AI thing, right?
Oh, yes. RoleCatcher's AI can really give you an edge here.
Because remember how we were talking about tailoring your answers to what the specific job description is asking for?
Yes, tailoring is key.
It's like this extra layer of personalization.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Their AI can actually analyze the job description and suggest what you should emphasize in your answers.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's really cool.
So, for example, if the job description mentions a strong focus on safety regulations,
Okay.
you would want to make sure you highlight your experience in that area when you're answering this compliance question.
Right.
It just shows them that you're paying attention.
Right.
And that you're the perfect fit for their specific needs.
It's like you've got a secret weapon
You do.
that no one else has
That's right.
to make sure that you stand out.
And the best part is RoleCatcher's AI tools. They're not just for interview questions.
Tell me more.
They have this amazing CV and resume builder.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about making it look pretty. This is about getting past those applicant tracking systems.
Ooh, the ATS.
The ATS, exactly.
Those things are brutal.
They can be brutal because they're like the gatekeepers.
They are.
They're screening you out before a human even sees your application.
Right.
But RoleCatcher's AI analyzes the job description, and it helps you tailor your CV to use the right keywords, the right phrases
Okay.
that those systems are looking for. So it's like having a secret decoder ring.
It is like you're speaking their language
Exactly. You're speaking your language.
before you even get in the door.
Exactly.
I love it. And then once you do snag that interview,
Yes.
they have their AI-powered interview practice tool to help you really nail those tough questions.
It's like having your own personal interview coach in your pocket.
I love it.
The AI will analyze your responses. It'll give you feedback. It'll help you
See,
improve.
it's not just about memorizing answers.
Yeah.
It's about learning how to articulate your skills and your experience effectively.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, it's about building your confidence.
Right.
It's about going into that interview feeling prepared
Yes.
and knowing that you can handle anything they throw at you.
Okay, let's get back to those interview questions.
Okay, let's do it.
We've covered a lot of ground,
We have.
but RoleCatcher has even more in their guide that I think would be helpful to unpack.
Let's unpack it.
Okay, this one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
How do you motivate your team to achieve their goals and objectives?
Ah, the million-dollar question.
It is, right.
Because it's all about getting everyone on board and moving in the same direction.
And working together.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly.
And it's one of the most important aspects of being a successful branch manager.
Right, but there's not a one-size-fits-all answer.
Is there? There is not.
Okay.
What motivates one person might not motivate another.
Right.
The key is to understand your team
Okay.
and tailor your approach accordingly.
So how do you show the interviewer that you can adapt your leadership style to different personalities and situations?
That's a great question, and the best way to answer that is to draw from your experience.
So your real-life experiences.
Real-life examples.
Okay.
Think about times that you have successfully motivated a team. What did you do?
Right.
Was it setting clear expectations?
Was it providing regular feedback? Recognizing achievement?
Yes, recognition is huge.
It is.
Even small gestures of appreciation can go a long way.
Right. Or even offering opportunities for growth and development.
Absolutely, because that shows that you're invested in their future.
That you care.
You care about their career path, and people want to work for a leader who cares about them.
That's right.
So think about those examples that really highlight your ability to connect with and motivate your team.
It's like creating a culture of success.
Exactly.
Where everyone feels valued and heard and respected.
And motivated to do their best work.
Okay, I love it. Now, here's one that I always found to be a bit intimidating.
Yeah.
Can you describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision as a manager?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it feels like they're asking you to relive your biggest professional failure.
Right. I know what you mean, but it doesn't have to be about failure at all. It's about showcasing your decision-making process, especially when you're under pressure.
Okay.
Interviewers, they want to see that you can think critically, that you can weigh different factors and make tough calls, even when the answer isn't obvious.
So how do you choose the right example to share? Because I feel like I'd freeze up in the moment.
Right. Well, think about a situation where you had to gather information from different sources. Maybe you had to talk to your team. Maybe you had to do some research. And then you had to consider the potential consequences of each option.
Right.
And then ultimately make a decision based on the best available information.
So you're walking them through your thought process.
Exactly, step by step.
Right.
Explain the factors that you considered, the rationale behind your decision, and don't forget to mention the outcome.
Right. Did it work out?
Did your decision lead to a positive result? Because that's what they want to see.
What if it didn't?
Well, that's okay too, because you can still turn it into a positive learning experience. Talk about what you learned from the situation, even if it didn't go perfectly, and how you applied those lessons to future decisions.
So it's all about showing that you're a continuous learner.
Exactly.
that you're growing from your experiences.
And that you're not afraid to make tough calls.
Love it. Okay, now before we move on to the final few questions in this section,
Okay.
I just have to say this deep dive has been amazing.
It's been fun.
It's really eye-opening to see what goes into prepping for a branch manager interview.
It's more than just knowing the answers.
Right? It's so much more.
It's about showcasing those skills.
Showcasing your experience.
Your experience in a way that resonates with the hiring manager.
And RoleCatcher gives you all the tools that you need to do that.
They do their career guides, their interview questions, their AI-powered tools. It's like having a secret weapon
It is.
in your back pocket.
It is. Okay, so you ready to tackle some more of these questions?
I'm ready. Bring them on.
Let's do it. All right, so moving right along with these RoleCatcher interview questions.
Let's do it.
How do you stay up to date with industry trends and changes?
Yes, because the industry is constantly evolving.
Constantly.
So you've got to show them that you're not stuck in the past.
Right, like prove you're not a dinosaur.
Exactly. You've got to be in the know.
So how do you show them that you're not just like keeping up, but you're actively seeking out that knowledge?
Well, talk about your resources.
All right.
What are your go-to sources of information?
Like, what are you reading?
Are you subscribed to industry publications?
Ooh, are you listening to podcasts?
Yes.
Attending webinars?
Webinars are great because they're often on very specific topics.
Yes, they are.
So you can really hone in on what's relevant to you.
And I feel like you can ask questions sometimes.
Absolutely.
Get some answers in real time.
Yes. And don't be afraid to name drop
Ooh.
those sources in the interview.
Like, I subscribe to this and I love it. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, okay.
It shows that you're plugged in.
That you're in the know.
You're part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it. And how have you used that knowledge that you've gotten?
Yes.
Because it's one thing to read it, but have you actually applied it?
Exactly. Have you implemented a new strategy or process based on something that you learned?
That's gold.
That's gold.
Because anyone can say they subscribe to something, but if you've actually used it to make a positive impact...
That's what they want to hear.
Love it. Okay, here's a question that always makes me squirm a little bit.
Oh, tell me.
What are your salary expectations?
The dreaded salary question.
It feels like a minefield.
It can be, but don't worry, RoleCatcher has got you covered.
Okay, give me the tips.
The key here is preparation, just like we talked about, with staying up to date on industry trends. You've got to do your homework.
So salary sleuthing.
Salary sleuthing is important. Go on those websites, glassdoorsalary.com.
Yes.
See what other people in similar roles are making in your area.
Okay.
Don't forget to factor in your own experience.
Right, because we're all different.
We are all different, and your experience is valuable. So once you have a range in mind...
You want to communicate that with confidence.
Confidence is key.
Confidence is key, and if they try to pin you down to a specific number, just reiterate that range.
Okay.
And emphasize that you're looking for a package that reflects the role's responsibilities.
That aligns with your worth.
Exactly.
Because you're worth it.
You are worth it.
Okay, I love it. Now, one last question that we see pop up a lot with RoleCatcher.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, the dreaded question at the end of the interview.
Because you think, oh, it's over. And they're like, nope, just kidding. One more thing.
One more thing, but this is actually your time to shine.
Okay.
This is your chance to show them that you're engaged, that you're genuinely interested in the role.
Because you've done your research.
Exactly. So avoid those Googleable questions.
Right.
Don't ask anything that you could easily find the answer to on their website.
Because then it seems like you didn't do your research.
Exactly.
Right.
So instead, ask insightful questions about the company culture, about the team dynamics, maybe about the challenges and opportunities that are specific to this particular branch.
Yeah, or you could even circle back to something that was mentioned earlier in the interview.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right.
It shows that you were listening.
But I was paying attention.
Yes, you were engaged. And the more specific your questions,
Okay.
the better.
So none of that general stuff?
No generalizations.
Okay.
They want to see that you've really thought about this role.
That you're genuinely interested?
And that you're not just looking for any job.
Right.
You're looking for the right job.
This specific job.
Exactly.
At this specific company.
Yes. And that you're the perfect fit for them.
Wow, this deep dive has been incredible.
It's been a marathon.
It has, but we've covered so much ground.
We've tackled those interview questions.
We've uncovered some career insights.
We've even explored how RoleCatcher's AI tools can give you that extra edge.
Like having a secret weapon in your back pocket?
Exactly. So remember, preparation is key.
Preparation is key.
And a deep understanding of the role.
And if you are prepping for that branch manager interview,
RoleCatcher is your new best friend.
head over to RoleCatcher.com. Sign up for free.
You won't regret it.
Good luck with that interview.
You've got this.
Okay, so we are back to those role catcher questions. And this one could be kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle a time when you had to deal with difficult customers?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Right.
Because you're going to encounter some difficult customers as a branch manager.
For sure.
So you need to show them that you can handle those situations with grace and professionalism.
So it can't just be like, next.
No. You can't just tell them to leave.
Right.
Because you're representing the company.
Okay.
So you need to find a way to de-escalate the situation and try to find a resolution.
So it's all about staying calm.
Staying calm.
Even when maybe you don't want.
Even when you want to pull your hair out,
Right.
you got to stay calm. Listen to their concerns. Try to see things from their perspective and then try to find a solution that works for everyone involved.
So what would be a good story to tell here?
Well, think about a time when you successfully turned a difficult customer into a happy one.
Oh.
What did you do? Did you go above and beyond? Did you offer them a discount? Did you just listen to them and let them vent?
Right, because sometimes people just need to vent.
Sometimes people just need to be heard.
And get it off their chest.
Exactly. And then once they've had a chance to calm down,
Right.
you can usually find a resolution that everyone's happy with.
So it's turning that negative into a positive.
That's right. Turning that frown upside down.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
So for our final question from RoleCatcher's Guide,
Okay, bring it on.
what are your long-term career goals?
Yes. The looking into the future question.
Right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Exactly. Because they want to know that you're ambitious.
That I'm not just going to leave.
Well, they want to know that you're invested in your career, that you're not just looking for a job, you're looking for a career path.
Okay.
So this is your chance to share your vision for the future.
So paint them a picture.
Paint them a picture, but make sure it aligns with the role that you're interviewing for.
Right.
So you wouldn't want to say, oh, I want to be a CEO someday.
Right. If I'm applying to be a branch manager.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
You'd want to talk about how you see yourself progressing within the company.
No.
Maybe you're interested in becoming a senior branch manager.
Okay.
Maybe you're interested in eventually managing multiple branches.
Or even moving up to a regional manager position.
Exactly. Show them that you have a plan
That you're ambitious.
and that you're committed to growing with the company.
Okay. I love it. So we've covered so much ground today.
We have. It's been a whirlwind.
It really has. We've gone through all of those super intense interview questions from RoleCatcher.
We tackled them all.
We did. We talked about how to answer them, what they're really looking for.
The why behind the what.
Exactly. And how to use RoleCatcher's amazing AI tools to your advantage.
It's like having a secret weapon
It is.
to help you land that dream job.
So if you're prepping for a branch manager interview,
Or any interview, for that matter.
RoleCatcher is your go-to resource.
They've got you covered.
Head over to RoleCatcher.com, sign up for free, and start prepping today.
You've got this